Shalom, and welcome to another episode or another segment of the pure Hebrew language. My name is Elder Ryanblad, and my reader today is
Elder Sakaran.
And today what we're going to do is we're going to hit some Greek words and break them down for you in the scripture so you could understand fully or have more understanding of certain scriptures, like we said before, in the New Testament in the Greek. Alright, so we're just going to get right into it. We're going to start off with the book of Acts, the 2nd chapter and the 1st verse, because this is a controversial word that we're going to touch on. And the word is so controversial that they've used it to make a whole religion out of it. Alright, so we're going to hit the scripture, go into the Greek, break the word down, look it up, and tie it all together. Alright, so go ahead, brother.
The book of Acts, chapter 2, verse 1. And when the day of Pentecost was fully come, they were all with one accord in one place.
Right, so it says, and when the day of Pentecost was fully come, they were all with one accord in one place. So the word we're looking at here is the word Pentecost. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to the Blue Letter Bible. We're going to type in the word Pentecost. Like I said, you could either type in the word, or you can type in the scripture or a phrase, and it'll give it to you. And right here, Acts 2 and 1. So we'll click on Acts 2 and 1. Click on the C, which will go into the Greek, as you see the Greek here. And we're looking for the word Pentecost, which is what?
Pentecoste.
Pentecoste. Alright? So the word Pentecoste, or Pentecosta, Pentecost, what?
The 50th day.
Alright, let's read this right here.
The second of the three great Jewish feasts celebrated at Jerusalem yearly, the 7th week after the Passover, in grateful recognition of the completed harvest.
Now, in this phrase right here, this terminology right here, they are 100% correct on this right here. The Pentecost means the 50th day. The second of the three great Jewish feasts, which is in Deuteronomy 16 and 16, celebrated at Jerusalem yearly, right? The 7th week after the Passover, in grateful recognition of the completed harvest. Because it doesn't really like pinpoint it, it's scripturally, but we know that this statement is on point because it says the 7th week after the Passover.
Right.
Now, do me a favor, go to the book of Leviticus, the 23rd chapter. I'm just going to hit that point real quick. Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, and I'll give you the verse right now. Start at the 9th verse.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 9. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye be come into the land which I give unto you, and shall reap the harvest thereof, then ye shall bring a sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest unto the priest.
Okay, this is during the time of, because the word Pentecost, as we have up here, the word Pentecost or Pentecosta is really the feast of the first fruits, which we're going to also hit that in the Hebrew, just to let you see what the word first fruits is, and to show you that the word Pentecost is also in the Hebrew, but it's under a different terminology, so to speak. All right. So now jump from there to the 15th verse.
Okay. 15th verse. And ye shall count unto you from the morrow after the Sabbath.
Right. So then it's saying that, because when you read up above it, matter of fact, start at the 4th verse. Let's read the 4th verse down, and then we're going to jump around a little bit.
Okay. 23 and 4. These are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons.
Go ahead.
In the 14th day of the first month at even is the Lord's Passover.
So now this is the Lord's Passover on the 14th day at even, or at evening, which is the 15th day, which is really when the Passover starts. Now the Passover is a feast of unleavened bread for 7 days. Right? Go ahead.
And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto the Lord.
Which is the feast of unleavened bread is the same thing as the Passover. Go ahead.
7 days ye must eat unleavened bread. In the first day ye shall have an holy convocation, ye shall do no servile work therein.
Go ahead.
but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord 7 days. In the 7th day is an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
Right, so for this whole week, you're supposed to keep the Passover unto the Lord, which is a feast of 7 days, right? Go ahead.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye be come into the land which I give unto you, and shall reap the harvest thereof, then ye shall bring a sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest unto the priest.
Okay, now jump from there to the 15th verse, because you brothers can go back and read over the particulars of each feast. We're just hitting certain points. So after the week of the Passover, this is when the Feast of Pentecost comes in, or the Feast of First Fruits, which they call Pentecost in the Greek. Go ahead.
15th verse. And ye shall count unto you from the morrow after the Sabbath, and from the day that ye brought the sheaf of the wave offering, 7 Sabbaths shall be complete.
Right, so it says, and you shall count unto you from the morrow after the Sabbath. The morrow after what Sabbath?
Right.
After the Feast of Unleavened Bread, after the Passover. So once the 7 days of the Passover passed, the very next day after that, that's when you begin your count of the Feast of First Fruits. And from that point on, you count 50 days. All right? Go ahead, brother.
All right. Even unto the morrow after the seventh Sabbath shall ye number 50 days.
Right, so then from that point on, you would number 7 Sabbaths, and then the very next day after that, the 7th Sabbath, because 7 times 7 is what? 49. So that's 49 days, and then the very next day after that Sabbath, after that 7th Sabbath, that's the day of Pentecost, which is the 50th day. Matter of fact, since we're on the word 50th, hold that, get Exodus 23 and 16, and we're going to pull that up real quick.
Okay, the book of Exodus 23 and 15.
16.
16.
It's all right.
And the feast of harvest, the first fruits of thy labors, which thou hast sown in the field.
Right, it says, and the feast of harvest, the first fruits. Right, so now what is the first fruit right here? First fruits?
Bakawar.
Bakawar. Bakawar means first fruits. First fruits. The first of the crops and fruit that ripened was gathered and offered to the Most High according to the ritual of the Pentecost, which is really the first fruits. The bread made of the new grain offered at Pentecost, the day of the first fruits, Pentecost. So this is really the word that should have been in the book of Acts, the 2nd chapter, Bakawar, which is the first fruits. Or go from there to the book of back to Leviticus 23 and 15,
okay,
and read that again. So first fruits is Bakawar. That's the first fruits. That's the day of Pentecost. Okay. Now go back to Leviticus 23 and 15,
okay,
and read that.
Leviticus chapter 23 verse 15. And ye shall count unto you from the morrow after the Sabbath, from the day that ye brought the sheaf of the wave offering, 7 Sabbaths shall be complete.
Okay, now the 15, it says, and you shall count unto you from the morrow after the Sabbath, from the day that you brought the sheaf of the wave offering, 7 Sabbaths shall be complete. All right, now just bear with me for a moment. 7 lambs shall offer 2 lambs, generation statute. All right, so let me go to the Hebrew here. All right, this is I must have wrote the wrong scripture down, but I'm gonna get it. Read that again.
Okay.
I'm sorry, that's Exodus 23 and 16. I'm in Leviticus. That was my fault. It's Exodus 23 and 16.
Exodus 23. No, we're in Leviticus.
No, it is Leviticus 23
right.
and 15. Yeah.